from Wandering Souls, back at you with a new video. This time another CD update. I got a pretty big stack of CDs to show, like 12 pieces. So yeah, music genres going everywhere once again, and yeah, it's always fun to mix those things up. Before we go into that, you are listening to a track, and this is Eschaton, latest effort I got from this band, and I'm really glad to have this added some to my collection. This is some fantastic, furious black and grind, really aggressive stuff. Good band. Let's see what I do first. Let's do this one first. This is Arc by Agoraphobic Nosebleed. This is the latest full-length studio album from this project. US band, a kind of that really nasty, fast grindcore bands. That's the way they started initially, and fast drum machines, fast guitars, and a lot of screaming. This is not totally not that, guys. If you are used to that material, I suggest you to listen to the earlier material. This one, their latest effort from 2018, I think, probably somewhere in that era. This is a 3-track album, but it's way different. This is way slower and way more sludgier. So this is I actually, you could speak from a way other sound here. There are more sludge doom effort on this release. Lengthy tracks, only 3 tracks, but really long tracks. Way different than you're used to with this band. And when I heard this back in the day, it kind of surprised me, because I was used to the fast, furious stuff, and had to get used to it. But eventually I appreciate it for what it is, and I began to like it. And finally I saw this pretty cheap and thought, let's buy a copy here. And yeah, here it is. Arc by Agoraphobic Nosebleed. And this one was all from a seller on Discogs, who also owns a shop in Maastricht, the Netherlands. Maastricht is a city in the way south of the Netherlands, and the guy had a shop there, and I ordered this from his Discogs page, put it that way. So also ordered See My Solution, and funny enough, this is a band from my area, from the Zwolle area. Refreshing, just Darkside. This is a second output, I think. This is some melodic death metal. Pretty fun to listen to. I have seen a couple of times this band live as well, and I really enjoy these guys. The band is not around anymore, I think, but yeah, I'm really glad to find this, because this is not something that is widely spread. I think this is even released by the band themselves. It's not on a label or anything, so it's really strange to see this. Anyways, yeah, really fun to listen to. Most exciting thing in melodic death metal land, I don't think so, but it's 5 tracks, and yeah, I enjoyed this release, and yeah, totally different, but it was funny to find in the Discogs store a band from my area, so it's really cool. So next up is a band that came around that era, in the beginning of the 2000s, when the goth metal, the goth rock went popular, with bands like Evanescence, Within Temptation, After Forever, Epica, you know, that kind of bands. Nightwish, of course, were already there, although I don't think I would consider Nightwish in that goth area. I think they're more a power metal band, but it's my opinion. This band also came around in a period, but this band always was different and didn't fit anywhere in that goth niche, in my opinion. They were more power metal, heavy metal band with some other influences in there, but never thought about that kind of bands. Although they have a female singer though, Johanna. But yeah, nonetheless, this is an album the band released in 2003, I think. If you don't know, is there a year on this? Also 2005. Then is that the case? And this is the second album. They have released 2 albums. This is a slipcase, by the way, and this is without the slipcase. And then later on, their singer Joanna left, and the band couldn't find a real good replacement. So the band eventually split up. It's too sad actually, because I really like this album. There are some decent tracks on here. Anthropine, Revolution Without Arms is great. Coming Home, Inflict. You know, so even a bonus track like As We Fly is a pretty decent track. There's also some growling in there next to the clean vocals of Johanna. This is a song Catharsis, but that's a one-off thing. Growling is not really all-time present in this band actually. Also not on the other album, I think. So this just, you know, make the track a bit heavy, and it's a bit faster track as well. So yeah, it's a real banger. Nonetheless, I really enjoyed this album since I heard it back in the day, and finally took the time to grab a copy for a couple of euros. I thought, well, why not? You know, it's a band that I enjoy listening to, and I listened to back in the day a lot, but the last couple of years, of course, not because I don't own a physical copy. So, but now I can change that. This is released on Listenable Records, and this band is from Finland, if I'm not mistaken. So, really good stuff. I really enjoyed it. Great to hear back again. Amaran, Pristine in Bondage is the album called. Next up, something completely different again. Akira Sudou. I probably butchered that with their album Pandora. Great female singer-songwriter. Was active in the end of the 80s, early 90s, and a bit through the 90s. But I don't know if she's still active though. But she has a great voice. Musically way different the other path. This is not even metal. This is more. Can find it in niche J-rock, I think. It's definitely some that rock a lot, but a lot more poppier. Let's put it that way. But I still enjoy this track. This album even. Really good stuff. I think this was released in 94, 92, somewhere in that era, probably 95 or 60. Would be also the case. I don't really recall. I have to search it up, but you know, kind of forgot what year exactly was. But yeah, really good stuff. Lot of Japanese track, of course. It happens a lot back in Japan, Japanese singers that they just sung in Japanese, but it's really decent stuff. Good riffing, melodies, catchy songs, but it's not totally metal. So if you're looking for metal, then this is not your thing. But if you're interested in some rock music, it's definitely fun to listen to. Great singer, Akira Sudou, probably butchered that, but Sudou. Just tell me, guys, if you know. Good singer. Yeah, that's a CD that I owned back in the day, but yeah, there's the Move story again. This is Mac 11, Structures of Habitat. This is a band from the Netherlands. I think they're from Beverwijk, if I'm not mistaken. A great heavy metal, thrash, accents there and there, some hardcore things. Really good stuff. Great guitar player, great singer. Singer was active back in the day in Jewel. And the guitar player later on went into Imperia, if I'm not mistaken. So the dude's called John Stam. But yeah, great stuff. Also, the drummer was in another band, if I recall right, or it was the bass player. I don't recall exactly. They all were in bands. The one bigger than the other one, of course. But although it's a great listen to hear this back again, catchy tunes, Struggled, Ungod, Art of Making is fantastic track, you know, really good stuff. Here are the dudes' names if you want to look them up. Here are the guys. Mac 11, that's the band name, and here's something in the back. You probably see that I don't show you every booklet here and there. I don't feel the need to struggle with all these thick booklets here. Some even come hard out, and you know it takes a lot of time. Anyways, nonetheless, it's really worth looking into if you like some good metal. Great, cleaner voice. It has a little raw edge to it, but it's overall good, clean, heavy metal singer. And yeah, catchy tunes, kind of groovy here and there. Sometimes go faster and then you can more melodic. You know, it's really decent stuff. Mac 11 with structures of habitat. You check them out. So that was the stuff I bought from the dude from Maastricht. If you want to look him up on Discogs, his name is Kinson, I think. So if you want to look at a nice experience with that seller. Then a nice order from 47 CDs. I did a Brutal Insanity Records. It's a Dutch label. Also a label that my buddy Bono from Good Music Promotions talked about a lot in the past. If you want to know who Bono is, just go look him up. I think I will leave a link in the description to his channel as well. He has a fantastic music channel as well. Shows a lot of music, all different kinds of love metal, of course, but sometimes also some other genres. Also sometimes some live videos and things like that. But really good supporter for the Dutch metal scene in general. Anyways, I browsed the Brutal Insanity page once again and found some cheap buys. I thought, well, I'm gonna grab those. They're all like €5 and you know, prices like that. First one I found is Grim Force with see, Circulation to Conclusion, which is this band I was not really familiar with, but it's really decent thrash metal actually. If you like things like early Sepultura, I think like the first couple of albums, kind of in that vein, but a bit better produced, of course. That's what you get, some like a bit like that, some really great filthy trash with a rougher vocal. This was released back in the day in 2000. This is the band's only album they did, funny enough. Sadly actually also, because this is pretty decent. This is a band from Japan. I wasn't expect this to be a Japanese band, but it is. So that's a really fun bonus. As you guys know, I collect a lot of Japanese music lately. So it's a kind of big bonus. A really nice metal band. This is a 3-piece. And here are the members. Yeah, really good stuff. Like I said, like early Sepultura, you can't go wrong with this. Great band, Grim Force. Go check them out if you are not familiar with them. Next up, band from Austria. This is Amortis with Gift of Thongs. Tongs. Sorry, it's not. It's not a tiny. No, it's a tongue. Like, anyways, Great band, kind of a black death mixture, has a lot of symphonic elements to it as well, which makes it more diverse. Here and there's some clean single, but overall the song is the girls are the vocals are more rough, of course, more harsh. This is the band's second album, released in 2002, released on Black Ant Records. Yeah, really fun to listen to. Really enjoyed this. Like a kind of the symphonic elements definitely has some goth vibe going on as well. Not that I could consider this goth, absolutely not. That's way too brutal for this. It's way too brutal for to be goth. Let's put it that way. So yeah, but just really good stuff. I wasn't really familiar with this band, but yeah, I took a gamble and I really enjoyed it. So yeah, sometimes you find something new to your music genres, music taste, and you think, hey, it's pretty decent. So yeah, Amortis. Next up, a band called Bludgeon. This is Crucify the Priest, and this is some death thrash from the US, United States. Band's album from 2002 on Metal Blade Records. Death thrash, think like Slayer, Pandora, mix that with some Cannibal Corpse, I think, Darkside, that kind of stuff. Then you'll kind of get an idea how this sounds. Is this something new under the sun? Totally not, of course, but yeah, it's decent, it's enjoyable. If you're looking for something new, then this is not your thing. This is some straightforward, 1,000 times done before riffs. It's not boring at all, don't get me wrong. I enjoyed listening to it, but it's not the next top tier death metal band out there. But that's okay. It's from 2002, you know, guys. It's almost more than 20 years old already. So yeah, I don't think the band is around anymore as well. They made a couple of albums, but I think they disappeared somehow from the radar. And if they still exist, then where are the new albums? Anyways, yeah, enjoyable, but I wouldn't pay for the full price for this to get it. But you know, for a couple of euros, this is nothing wrong with this. This is really straightforward, thrashy death metal. Yeah, really nice stuff. Bludgeon. Next up, a band I am familiar with. I had this EP back in the day as well. Again, the Moon Story. This Non-Divine, My Obsession. This is a Dutch heavy metal band. You could consider this, I think. It's not your Iron Maiden heavy metal, more just regular, straightforward, not too melodic metal band. Kind of vocal that it's clean vocal, but kind of mind James Hetfield sometimes, but sometimes also has other influences. It doesn't sound completely like James. Of course, luckily not. Not that I hate James's voice. Don't get me wrong again, but this voice is a pretty decent voice. Luckily, he has more to his palette on his, Anyways, the rest of the band's first release. This was released back in the day in 2001, and they released an album after this, Asylum 45, which is also really decent. I need to pick up that one as well. I heard that one as well also, and yeah, good stuff. Sadly, they didn't make a lot of stuff anymore after this. I don't know if they're still active though. It's been a while, so I don't think there's not a lot happening. But I know the fact that this guitar player has an own black metal project at the moment, kind of a symphonic black metal thing going on. So if you want to check that, Lucifer's Cold Embrace, I think it's called. Really decent stuff. I reviewed that on my website some years ago. Fantastic band as well. But yeah, I really enjoyed listening to this again. This is a kind of EP about mental patients in the mental hospital, you know, with their with all the things they have, where they are suffering from, you know, kind of about that idea. Every patient has an own song: Scarface, Man, Sympathy, My Obsession, Red Alert, and Rebel. That are the tracks, and each track resembles one of the patient's stories. Yeah, really interesting EP. Good to listen to. The album also has kind of in that thing, but of course like more expanded and better quality, better sound, etc. I think it's also on a label, if I'm not mistaken. So this one isn't. This is an own release. Nonetheless, I really enjoyed it. Good stuff. If you happen to find this one, this is a pretty hard one to find, but the album Asylum 45 is pretty decent, well to find on Discogs. It's not that hard. It's only a couple of euros most of the time, so also one to pick up someday. This one is a bit harder, but I was lucky to find it. Once again, it's been a while and I enjoy it once again. Then two releases from a band called Watchmaker. I have their second album, Kill.Fucking.Everyone, which is this one, and I have their third one, Erase from the Memory of Man, which is this one. This is a grindcore band from Boston, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, really aggressive, furious grindcore. The first album also had a little black metal hints here and there in the guitar work. Overall, it's just really nasty stuff. The first album sounds a bit more raw than the second album. Sorry, sounds a bit more on the third one, but overall, it's really nasty, raw sounding grindcore. Not fast all the time. Well, sometimes they slow down a bit, but overall it's really pumping, aggressive stuff with a really shouting vocal. Yeah, really good stuff. Really enjoyed this, and it was only a couple of euros a piece. I think 3 or so per CD, so it's not that bad to pick this up. Good stuff. And the last one in this update, it's a band. I was looking for this album for a while. It's not that hard to get, but it ended up in a one list, and it was there for a while. This is Benümb with Withering Strands of Hope. Band's second album. This is also a grindcore band from the US. Released in 2000 on Relapse Records. A lot of bands released in that era, a lot of albums, bands like Nazum and Big Destroyer and things like that. It's a kind of that niche that you can find this band as well. Aggressive, fast, hardcore induced, grindcore, aggressive stuff. Nothing wrong with this. If you are into that kind of stuff, this is definitely a blind buy for you. Nothing wrong with it. A lot of songs, a lot of aggression, as you guys can see. Track listing, a lot of songs, and you know it's grindcore. You have short songs, so you know what you get. Decent band, love to have this, and I only need to grab the first and third album. They are on my one list as well, but this one is I wanted to have the most from the three because it's my favorite. The first one is called Soul of a Martyr, I think, and the third one is called, sorry, I kind of blanking right now, but it also is out there. You can find it on the Discogs, of course. So yeah, a 5-piece, by the way. Great band, really enjoy this aggressive stuff. Can't go wrong here with some Benümb. Yeah, good stuff. So that's it, guys. That's my update. A lot of stuff from heavy metal to grindcore to J-rock to, you know, a lot of other stuff. There's a lot of stuff for everyone. Go check out these bands. I will name them in the description so you can look them up if you really want to know something about them, or listen to them on YouTube, Spotify, or whatever. Just copy the name and into the streaming service, and you probably will find some things probably harder to find, but the only find you probably will find the album faster than the EP, I think. But then you get an idea of how it sounds, and yeah, really nice stuff, guys. Let me know in the comment section down below how you feel about these bands. If you got also something else to say, put it down there as well. And hope to talking to you guys soon with another video. Thank you for watching, and hope to see you guys next time. Cheers.